We're in an area now that as a youngster, I knew this as Colored Hill. We're right back at the Harrison County Hospital, high above the town of Corydon. And this area is where the black families, 90% were located in our town. And so consequently it was called Colored Hill. My mother used to send me over here to get a colored lady to come do our housework when I was a little youngster. And people lived in quite a few houses have been torn down in here. You can see some empty spots. Right through the wooded area here, there was 2 or 3 family houses in this area, low spotted, but I knew the Browns that lived there, and Mitchum, White, quite a few families that I knew about. So that's what the area we're in right now in the southeast part of Corydon. Okay, this is the stone of Oswell Wright. During the Civil War, he operated the Underground Railway in Corydon. It was said that he operated out of what is now the Branham Tavern in downtown Corydon. If you go in the tavern, there's a little spot on the floor. They've got a grate on it that shows the room underneath where the slaves were hidden while they were during the daytime, where they could go north. Oswell Wright, after the Civil War, was fishing in the Ohio River, and he was arrested by the sheriff of Meade County and put in prison in Kentucky for stealing. The truth of it is he was freeing slaves from the state of Kentucky, which was a slave state, so that was personal property. In Indiana, it was a free state. We never allowed slavery in Indiana. And so he was put in prison for freeing slaves, which was stealing property in the state of Kentucky. After he served 6 years in prison over there, he came back to Corydon, and on the base of the stone there it says lived about age 90 when he died. George Stith's grave is there. He's died in 1915, and the history is he volunteered in the United States Army and was in Puerto Rico at San Juan Hill, and after he's discharged he came back to Corydon and lived here till 1950 when he died. And that stone is a government marker. On the front of it says 122nd Indiana Colored Infantry. And then in this area, his name on the stone says Stiff, S-T-I-F-F. If you pan around here to your left, now you see Stith, S-T-I-T-H, was really the right name. On that one is also 122nd United States Colored Infantry. And George Stith, when he volunteered, signed up, he couldn't read or write, so somebody put his name down Stiff, S-T-I-F-F, which is wrong, and then he signed with an X. So he served in the service. When he died, the government record showed a Stiff. So we laughingly tell everybody we got a Stiff buried in our cemetery. But this section here is one of the older sections of the cemetery, and there are a lot of ex-slaves buried in it. If you pan around, you see just some stones like this right here in front, if you want that creek rock stones. And they're not segregated, but the fact that it's the old part of the cemetery, and that was the old first section that's being filled up. This is the house of Leora Brown. She was the teacher that taught school in the old colored school for, I believe, 20 some odd years. And a very nice lady. I knew her personally. She was a wonderful woman to know. Good enough.
This is also the home that Maxine Brown, one of the descendants, just got a grant for, that she will be restoring the house to its original state for touring.